Hello all, you are here for one more lesson, and this will be the last one of this VariCAD 2016 training course. And the topic for this last lesson, it is bills of materials. So to show you this topic, I've created this model with a couple of solids. The blue one and the red one were solids that I've done with the normal functions of the program, and these green ones are library parts, screws, washers and nuts that I've inserted from the library. So the idea now is to insert this on a bill of materials. Another thing I've done previously, so that we do not lose so much time, was to insert the attributes in these solids. So we've seen this already, so there is no need to do it again in this lesson because you've seen already how to do it. So at this moment, with the solids inserted or built and with the attributes done, we want to make the definition regarding the bill of materials. So I come to this objects menu, and I need to come to these attributes and bills of materials. Again, what we need to do first, it is this boom attributes and title block settings. In here, we can define what are the attributes to export where. And these bills of materials in here, we've seen already that we can export this to a data file in this column, and the definition is done here, to a title block thing that we saw in our last lessons, to tables into the environment, or to a formatted text file. Okay, we've seen already how to define this. Basically, you just need to right click on top of the entry you want to change, edit attribute, and in here you define what you want. And basically, to these different configurations, as we've done this for the title blocks in here, okay, and not in this particular case, but you had all these options here for a certain title block. For the other places, we can define it, for example, to a plain text file. We can say, okay, show it and left align or whatever it is, and the width of the columns, and the configuration is done. As for the tables, it is very straightforward and very similar to what we've done in terms of title blocks, because we can give also the text attributes and define it also into the 2D area. And on the 2D area, you can have already prepared, placed. We can have already a title block, for example, prepared with a couple of lines, and when you do that definition, you can, regarding the reference point, you can give the points where all these columns are inserted, or for each occasion build your own set of lines and fields to insert these values. I would recommend to link this to a title block, and instead of having a simple title block like the one we've done in our previous lesson with a simple rectangle, maybe you should do something like, for example, if you explode this, then you may copy this a couple of times up. For example, let us do something about this. 4 millimeters. Okay. So for example 10, and you can do a set of lines with lines to make a couple of fields and to make all this definition, but it is very the same way as we've done in the title blocks. Okay, when you have all of these properly set, then you have now the definition for the attributes. It is done. You have the definition for the place to insert the attributes into the area. So what we need now is to create the bill of materials itself. Okay, and we have a couple of possibilities that are create bills of materials to all the items, which is in fact what I prefer to do in my assemblies. We can create the same bill of materials from a 3D assembly, and when it creates this bill of material, it has some hierarchy for parts, assemblies, sub-assemblies. We can do this at the basic level, where all the items of your 3D environment are at the same level, or from 3D groups. Before I create and show you how to work with this, I need to talk also about these supplementary objects, because we can create other objects besides the ones that are here in 3D environment. And we can consider these like paint, oil, these kinds of items that you cannot design. So let us create, for example, one, and say oil, quantity 100, no weight, or 100 also. Material, we can say oil special. Let's put some date, some code, whatever it is, and that's it. And you have a new entry. Okay, so we can decide where to display this about the columns. Okay, it's not very important. And again, now when you go and create your build of material, for example the first one, you see this big dialog box where everything your assembly has, it's listed here, and also the oil, because you see this little different symbol. So you see this example where you have the assembly here. But for example, if you try to create from 3D assembly, okay, it's quite similar to the previous one in this particular case, because we don't have sub-assemblies and so on that could influence the looks of this. At basic level, you see I don't have any assembly, just the list of the files of the different components. And regarding the 3D group, we don't have groups, so nothing appears. So for example, at basic level, which is just the items, no assembly. And when we are here, probably there are a couple of things missing, probably, because you need to look what is around these different possibilities for the formatted text or the data file or the tables. I don't care about this. I'm assuming that everything it is done, and I want to make the output. And the output, it can be done in several ways. The first one, it is export data, and we can define a name. Let's call it data. Okay, and it's saved to this file. Let us see the looks. Okay, and you have this look because it is split by this symbol, And if you configure this properly, you can import this, for example, to a spreadsheet. Okay, so it is quite nice. You have a couple of possibilities to define this appearance, but it's one way. The second possibility, it is to output it to a formatted text file. Okay, and again I will give text, save it, and the look now it is a little different. So you have this kind of configuration with just 3 columns. The name, I would say this is the weight probably, or the quantity. I don't know what it is, but I think it's probably here the quantity and here the weight. Let us see, for example, if you see around here, okay, the name, the quantity and the weight, correct. So only 3 columns, which are these ones here. And the last possibility, let's create again, and the last possibility is to list of parts table into the area. Okay, I haven't done the configuration of this. I've just mentioned saying that this is the same as for the title blocks. So basically is asking me for a start line. I don't know where is done the reference, but I'm assuming, for example, here, and saying up or down will say the direction to fulfill this. Okay, it was done here. Let me try again, just probably it's around in the corner, probably. Let us try, maybe we do something. Okay, it's a little more close, but it depends for sure on the place that you have the definition done. So that is why. So you see that very easily you have this properly treated and with a proper appearance. Okay, just have to have this work previously to have everything in place. Basically this is where, not to make this very heavy, we can have a couple of more configurations about the places where things appear, but I don't think it's needed at this moment to make this too much complex about a ton of configurations. But I would like to talk you of one last item, and in this command booms attributes and title block settings, regarding the export, we can define some properties for these text files and data files about these items, because this is important due to the influence it may have if you try to import the first file, the first text file I've shown you for a spreadsheet. So it is important, some of these configurations about how the file it is written. And the other option which is important is the order of the exported attribute. So we can have some order on the configuration we want to do about the column. So for example, I can say this name attribute, I can change the position and say come here, okay, go up. So we can influence also the place where, let me say no, the place where the things are appearing. So this is something that also it is important for this command. So this is the last lesson regarding this 2016 version of VariCAD. I will not make this too much longer now. I hope this set of lessons were okay and the examples were clear. Hopefully I was able to reach my goal of teaching you something in VariCAD, but if in some of the lessons I did not achieve that, then okay, it's my fault. And I stay available through our channels of our Facebook, our YouTube comments, or through email. I'm available to explain you things or topics that may not be so clear in these video lessons. And I will say it again that we have our theoretical course with deeper explanations about all the things that were spoken in these 49 video lessons. It is a paid item, but I hope you can understand that we also have many hours doing these lessons, and it's a way that keeping us interested in updating these lessons, I hope on a better way for future version. But it is a way to keep us interested in continue to updating these lessons and to support you in terms of support free of charge, as you know, as I refer a couple of times in these video lessons. But resuming, I hope these lessons were okay for all the viewers. And if you need some help, if you have some questions, again, contact us. We are available for you, and our main goal is to promote VariCAD among CAD users and to do it as simple as possible. So see you shortly, and thank you very much for watching all these lessons.